Welcome back, you guys. It's Lyle, LPD TV, sitting here with TaraLynn. Hi, TaraLynn.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
Good, been better, but I'm pretty good.
Yeah, so I see you got a broken wrist, so tell me about that. What happened?
Yeah, so I actually went off the track. I was exiting the chicane at the ridge, touched the grass, and I came back onto the track and just smashed right down onto my right side. So
Wow.
broke my wrist in the joint area. Bike is okay. Wrist is to be determined. This was only 6, maybe 7 days ago, so it's still pretty fresh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they say how long you're going to have to have it on for?
No, I haven't seen a specialist yet, but I'm going to assume quite a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long have you been biking?
I've been street riding for over 10 years, but I've been taking the track seriously for 1.5 years right now.
Okay.
So, lots of street riding on my 250 in Edmonton, but I just got into track riding a 1.5 years ago. Well, got into taking it seriously a 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get into taking it serious? Tell me about your story. Like, what got you into motorbikes? Like.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, my dad got my brother a dirt bike, and I asked my dad for one, and he said, no, dirt bikes are for boys, not for girls. So I swore when I was older I would just get my own dirt bike, and instead I got a CBR 250.
Yep.
Moved to Vancouver, quickly realized that wasn't enough bike for me. Got my CBR 600RR, which I still have to this day. Loved it so much I got 2 of them.
Nice.
And then I tried a taste of race at Mission. So I went around at the lunchtime and just did like a slow lap with them. And I realized that I really liked that, and it was a lot of fun. And I did my first track day in 2017 at the Ridge with Track Time, and dabbled in track days. I did about 2 track days that year. The following, I think I did 3, and then we had a break because of COVID. So then post-COVID, coming out of this, I decided that I wanted to start doing more track days, and I quickly realized I was literally the slowest. I was always the slowest on the track. I was always the slowest in my street rides. I was always falling behind in the back. Same thing on the track, always the slowest one out there, was second slowest. And I kind of just got frustrated with that. I got annoyed that I was just always the slowest. I said, enough of that. I'm going to do as many track days as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Purely just to stop always being the slowest one. So yeah, 1.5 years ago I was in the slow group, and probably one of the slowest ones in the slow group.
So what got you into motorbikes to start with? Your dad?
I would say growing up in a small town, I was always kind of into that stuff. My dad let me drive the quad, and we had a trike and a skidoo truck, so I was always into that stuff, but I had never gotten myself a motorcycle until I bought that 250. So
right.
that was my first motorcycle. I got that for myself while I was living in Edmonton.
And why did you decide to get into track racing?
Because one of my friends kind of convinced me after I got my 600 that I had to try a taste of race track day. He's a racer at Mission, Mark Shelby, so I still have him to thank / blame for creating this monster. But yeah, he actually wouldn't leave me alone until I tried Taste of Race. He said I had to. I didn't even have great gear. I had short gloves, short boots, a borrowed men's suit that didn't fit. He said, it doesn't matter, it's Taste of Race, just put it on and get out there. And
yeah,
the rest is history. I was just instantly hooked.
Right on. You got a favorite motorbike?
No, I gotta go with CBRs, obviously, because I have 2 of them and they've never done me wrong. And even though I've used and abused them, they've been fabulous bikes to me.
Yeah.
I do love all sports bikes. I don't want to say I don't love other types of bikes, but I just love sports bikes so much that it's hard for me to even consider owning any other type of bike. I love other bikes for other people, but I'm definitely a sports bike person.
Have you done much driving on or riding on other bikes? No?
Not a lot. No, I'm too scared. I'm only 5'4", so I don't want to drop someone's bike, and I'm very tiptoed even on my old little skinny 600, so to hop on someone else's tall, large bike, I'm very paranoid downtown about dropping bikes. So.
Yeah. Do you only go to one track? Do you go to several?
No, I go to a bunch of different ones.
What are the different tracks you go to?
So the Ridge in Southern Washington, Area 27, Vancouver Island Motorsports Circuit. In April, I went to a MotoGP track called Portimao, which is pretty incredible. Yeah, if you follow MotoGP at all, you'll know that's one of the, in my opinion,
esteemed,
best tracks. Yeah, it's a beautiful track. So was there in April, which was super cool. I rented a 1000, so I got
very cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's awesome.
I go down to Chuckwalla a lot. I tried Button Willow, and I think that's it for tracks that I can think of off the top of my head. So, but I've been to quite a few.
What's your favorite so far out of all?
It has to be the Ridge, because the Ridge is my home track. Well, no, I mean Portimao is the best track. You can't compete with a MotoGP track. It's just impossible.
Right.
So I have to say the best track I've been to is Portimao, and I think most people would agree with me there. My favorite track has to be the Ridge.
Yeah.
Just because it's where I started. It's where I did my first real track day, and it's where I still have the most fun and set my best lap times. And I just love that track.
Do you got any advice for someone wanting to get into motorbikes and maybe track racing or something like that?
Yeah, just start with your local track and see what happens, right? Go to the one that's easiest and closest and most convenient for you, and just check it out for an afternoon, or like I did at the lunch hour, or whatever you can get your hands on. Just see how you like it, right? It's not going to be for everyone. There's a lot of setup and planning and things you need to bring, gear you need to invest in. But if you love motorcycles, you might already have all that stuff, so go ahead and at least try your local track and see how it works for you.
Yeah, and even you mentioned when you first started, you didn't have even all the gear, and some people were willing to lend you some stuff to get you started.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome community that way. What's the most challenging thing you've had to face since you've gotten into motorbike racing?
For sure, like, you're gonna have, there's some issues around me being female in a male industry, which is fine. It is what it is. I think some people think that I have ill intentions being a female within the more of a male dominated sport, so I've had some issues that way. That's okay. It is what it is. It's not everything can be easy all the time, but yeah, I've definitely had some issues with some people, and maybe not being treated 100% fair, maybe just because I am. You know
what? I got to encourage you and say, I find you anyhow inspiring that you're a girl trying to get in, and you actually are in and doing stuff in motorsports. And I find that the more females we find in motorsports, the more now are starting to turn up, and more we're starting to get younger people like you involved in the sports and stuff like that, and I think it's pretty cool, like, honestly. So
it is.
Yeah, so that's awesome. What is your dream bike? You said it was a...
I don't have one really, because I think so many bikes offer so many different things. I've sat on some bikes that for my size just don't quite fit me, so it doesn't mean that they're not my dream bike, but maybe they just don't fit me all that well.
Right.
So it's hard for me to say. I think if I was a bit taller, I'd be able to comfortably enjoy almost any bike on the market, but being 5'4", living downtown, different bikes pose different challenges for me, so I am a little bit limited into what bike I can get next. But there are so many beautiful bikes out there. I haven't met a sport bike I don't like. I love old bikes, new bikes, 600s, 1000s. Like, yeah, I love sports bikes.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Are you into cars?
Not really. I'm all consumed in motorcycles right now, so it's pretty hard for me to have. I'm also a full-time hairstylist. I'm also an educator, so I have several careers that I balance as well with doing all of this. Yeah. So I don't really have another hobby because I don't have enough time for another hobby.
How do you find time to balance all that? That's a lot of work and a lot of play.
Yeah, I don't. It's a lot of work and a lot of play, but I'm a very firm believer in doing what you love every day and making the most of every day. And tomorrow's not guaranteed, not to be morbid, but you don't know what could happen between today and tomorrow. And not every day is guaranteed, and every day is a blessing. You hear of people passing suddenly. You hear of people having regrets on their deathbed that they didn't do what they loved every day. So I am just doing what I love every day, which is my career and riding motorcycles.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What's your end goal? What's your pinnacle moment that you could achieve?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot, especially in regards to motorcycles, and to be honest, I had no idea I was going to get this deep into it, so I don't necessarily have an end goal. My goals change, as everybody's should. 1 year, 5 year, 10 years. You should be, if not reaching those goals, then adjusting those goals. So I've already kind of achieved no longer being the slowest in the slow group, so that was kind of goal one. That was what started this. I had no idea I was going to get this deep into it. I had no idea I was going to carry it on this long. So what is my end goal? I don't necessarily have one, to be honest with you, because I still feel like I'm learning so much. I am going to keep going until I plateau, and then find the new mountain until I plateau that one.
Right.
It's kind of the way I take my career and my hobby, is just keep moving up in every way you can.
Yeah. Your favorite, what kind of genre of music do you like, first of all?
My favorite would be electronic, but I also really like rock. I don't mind like a little bit of like pop country. I like R&B. I love hip hop. Yeah, I'd say those are my favorites. I like a lot of different.
You got a favorite artist?
I don't know if I can pick favorite artists. I have too much music. I got probably about 900 songs I'm sorting through just
Wow.
on my Spotify liked list right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of depends on the mood because I'll put a different playlist on for different moods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say to any young kids that want to come out to the track or just motorcycles in general?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely promote females for sure. I think any girl that has been told that they can't or that they shouldn't, just know that that's not true.
Right.
And if you want to, you can, and you absolutely can. And there's some really incredible, fast, talented women out there. So I would definitely say to like the young ladies, don't believe that just because you're a girl you can't do this. That's definitely not true. And even for the young guys getting out there, I mean, it's one of the greatest sports ever, and start young and you'll be fast, very young, and just do what you love every day. And if you love doing this, then do it as much as you can.
Yeah, very good advice. Include you into the video.
For sure.
And thanks, TaraLynn, again, and appreciate your time. Oh, I have a question before we sign off here. Would like to see on my channel.
Good. I think there's a few girls I know that race down at Chuckwalla. I think it'd be cool to get some of them.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
I'd love
there's
that.
The race down there called Femwalla, and it's just for girls.
What's the race called?
Femwalla.
Femwalla,
It's a girls'
okay.
race only, so
Oh,
I'd say
cool.
interview some of them.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and I appreciate you, and make it a great day. Take care. Bye for now.